Hey guys, it's Anya here at Snake Eyes Exotics, and we decided to try something new. So I guess I'll probably wait for a couple people to show up first. So we've got one. So we're trying this new Facebook Live video feed, just to kind of see how it works. Hopefully everybody didn't go to bed already. So I guess let's go ahead and get started. We've got a couple people. So this is our main room. This is where all of our breeders are and also our grow outs. We've got Freedom Breeder and ARS racks. And if you guys have any questions during this video, just feel free to comment and I'll try to answer them as I can. If I don't get to your comment, then I'll answer it afterwards. So these are all grow out racks. Our new little cleaning cart certainly makes our life easier. And a sink. And my husband came up with this genius idea about a quick connect hose. This thing is awesome, and I'd like to show you how this works. If I don't make a mess. You can even do it one-handed. Push that up. Well, maybe one-handed. And it clips right in. So all of these racks on the far wall are breeder females. And we use a system called Reptile Scan for our record keeping, breeding, feeding records, such. So every snake has an individual barcode, a little QR code you can scan, and it pulls up that individual snake's record. It's pretty cool. It takes a long time to get it set up initially, but once you get everything plugged in and all the animals plugged in, it's really nice. We're really enjoying it. So those are all breeder females. The tags that the tubs that you see that have 2 tags are the ones that are paired up. So we have quite a few paired up right now. We've been posting recent pictures of our locks, so I hope you guys are keeping an eye on the page. If you're looking for anything this year, just send us a message. I'll let you know if we're expecting to hatch it out, and we can always put you on a waiting list for that specific combo. This year we're breeding Angolan pythons and ball pythons. A little bit of boas. We don't really work with boas that heavy anymore, and we'll probably pair our western hogs later in the year. This rack over here is our breeder male rack. And all these metal racks are either Freedom Breeder or ARS racks. And then most of the plastics are boaphile. Then we have a whole house humidifier. This thing is necessary for out here because it keeps our humidity awesome. Right now it's right around 60% or so. And the snakes really enjoy that high humidity. Everybody needs some beverages in their life, and it helps having them out here. We put in some long hours out here. Okay, here's our Angolans and our boas. We've got a Angolan girl we're waiting on to lay pretty soon. Hopefully you guys can see her. She's a little grainy. She's due around the end of the month, and then we've got another pair that's courting right now, not quite locked up, but hopefully they do something also. And there's our boas. Yeah, the one boa is pretty big, Sean. She's huge. Probably the biggest one that we have right now. Okay, here's baby racks. This is the other room. We actually expanded. Originally it was just this one room, so we took out this doorway and expanded the doorway, and then we created this other room out here, which is awesome. We have almost double the space. So there's our babies. Empty baby rack, which will come in handy here in about 2 months. Some more grow outs. And more grow outs. Back up here, kind of pan out. Got several freezers in here, 2 chest freezers and a upright for all the frozen rats. We finally got this awesome desk to conduct our business on. Yeah, like a nursery. This pretty much will be our nursery room once we get rid of the one grow out rack in here. We're looking at getting a couple freedom breeder racks later on for the hatchlings. So this will essentially be our incubator and nursery room and our frozen feeder room. So, and those other 2 upright freezers are actually converted into incubators. You can see the thermostats up top. You guys feel free to comment. I'm only seeing Sean's comments so far. And we've got a couple clutches in this first incubator here. I'll show them to you in a second. So Matt had the great idea of getting these roller boxes to put all of our show stuff in. So it was a pretty cool idea. So we have all of our show stuff already in those. So whenever we get ready to go do a show, we just pack those up in the car and we're good. We're ready. Let me back up a little bit. This room is kind of narrow. This is just our dry goods storage, shipping boxes and extra tubs, water bowls, show displays, newspaper, cocoa, stuff like that. And that's our mini split. That's what we use to cool and heat this entire room, and it's been working pretty good so far. I'm kind of curious to see how it does in the summertime, but it's been doing a really awesome job so far. As you can tell, it's pretty warm in here. I've been working out here for a little while, and it's warm for me, but the snakes like it. But we can always cool it down a little bit if need be, if we have company. Preferred bedding for adults and babies. We use Pro Coco, which is a generic Reptile, and I'll actually show it to you. Let me open up one of these tubs. Okay, so this is what the Reptile looks like. These 2 actually just got done breeding. Sorry guys, not trying to interrupt. That's actually an albino pied and an albino, but this is the Reptile. It's made out of coconut husk. So it's environmentally friendly, it holds humidity really well, and we've been pretty happy with it. I think we've been using it for the better part of 9 months or so. So you can mist it down if you have a higher humidity species. Like I mist it down every couple days for the ball pythons. Or for the western hogs, we mix it dry. I'll show you theirs, because they don't like a whole lot of humidity. They like it a little bit drier, so theirs is dry. Theirs doesn't get misted very much. Sorry, kiddo. There's our little albino hog. Kirsten, you'll have to send me the pictures of the racks you made. I'd like to see how they turned out. Those metal racks from Home Depot, yeah, Home Depot, they're pretty sturdy. I like them for storage, but I assume they'd make pretty good racks too. So that's pretty much it for the facility. Hopefully you guys like it. We're looking at doing some more videos in the future. So if there's any topics you'd like to hear about or any certain animals you'd like to see, just let me know. Oh, that's even better. I think we got our last one on sale too. Those racks are kind of pricey when they're full price, but nice when you can pick them up for a steal. Pastel champagne. Unfortunately, I don't have a pastel champagne, but we do have a champagne Mojave. So, next best thing maybe? That's our champagne Mojave girl. How many do we have? Quite a few, probably in the 200 or so range. Probably a little bit more. I don't have an exact number for you. Yeah, $65 a piece sounds right. Because we had the other one before, and then we bought the new one pretty recently when we did the remodel. Full white one. Show you the big Blue-Eye Lucy female. She's a super lesser. Big pretty girl. I like clowns too. We are very, very heavy on clown projects, which is a good thing. Let me pull out a couple clowns here. I want to show you all the good stuff in the first video, but I'll show you a few. This female just not like me very much, so I gotta be careful not to get bit, otherwise you'll have free entertainment. But that's a super pastel clown breeding a pied. And Matt keeps asking me if that's a pastel pied, and I keep telling him no, but he keeps asking me the same thing every day. She's just a really light pied, so I'm excited to see what these guys produce. Aw, Riley, I hate to hear that. Maybe later on you can get a snake. That sucks that your parents won't let you have them. Of course, growing up, my mom didn't really let me have snakes anyway, but she kind of had to deal with them when I brought them home. Christine, we do not have any hogs for sale, but we should be pairing up later in the year. Kind of slow on the hogs this year. I've still got to cool them, but maybe late in the year, in the fall, we should have some baby hogs. Let's see, what other clown stuff do we have? Here's a pastel lesser clown. And I see your comment about the Orange Dream stuff, Keith. I'll show you some Orange Dreams here in just a second. Pastel lesser clown. And then Super Blade clown's right here, but he's in shed, so he's kind of dark. He's one that I really wish would breed this year, but he's being kind of lazy. Oh my goodness, Sean, I never brought a rattlesnake home, but my mom would probably kill me if I did. No, the ones I brought home were garter snakes and water snakes and stuff like that. So it wasn't anything too bad, and she finally came around, so all's well that ends well. Okay, so Orange Dreams. Show you a female that's about to lay. I do have a pewter. Big orange dream girl. She's due any time now. Alright, let's see, what other orange dreams? Here's an OD spider. These are all adults. Got some cool babies in the other room too, I can show you guys. The most expensive ball we have, probably a super pastel puzzle. That's one we were really lucky to get, but he was expensive. Oh, I know an orange dream I want to show you guys. She's one of my favorites, actually. Let's see if I can find her. This little girl right here. This is an OD yellow belly. You might want to put your sunglasses on for this one because she glows. Yeah, definitely share the video. This is something that I'm hoping to continue in the future. Matt's pretty excited about it too. He actually is out of town visiting kiddos right now for spring break, but once he gets back, I could see us doing a lot more videos more often whenever I have a little bit more help with the camera. So that's the OD yellow belly. Here's another clown right next to her, this little pastel clown girl. Always hungry. She thinks she's getting food. Okay, puzzle. Somebody asked about a pewter too. Let me go find that girl real quick. We've got a big adult female pewter. I guess I should have showed you the hatchlings while I was over there, but this is a big cinnamon pewter. Possible het hypo. Hopefully she'll prove out. We really don't work with much yellow belly, or sorry, not yellow belly, leopard stuff yet. We're kind of working on that still. Hoping to get into leopard clowns this year, but that's one gene we really haven't taken off with much. So I showed you the cinnamon pewter. Here's some black pewters. So this is instead of a cinnamon pastel, this is a black pastel. And these are double het hypopod also. We produced these last year. Little chunky girl. We made 3 females and they all look totally different. They're all pretty cool though. Actually, now I think about it, we do have one leopard. He's a leopard lavender spider. Yeah, leopard lavender albino spider, but he's still in quarantine. So once he comes out here, I'll make sure to include him in a video. He was a pretty recent addition. The meanest snake? I would have to say either the pied I showed you earlier that was breeding the super pastel clown, or this girl right here. This is a pastel het pied and she hates me like I don't even know what. She tries to bite me every chance she gets. So that's probably the meanest. So don't let her size fool you, she will get you. Right now we have 19 eggs in the incubator. I forgot to show you those to you. We've got 2 clutches. The first clutch was 11 eggs. The second clutch was 8. So we're off to a pretty good start. Nothing too crazy just yet. The first was a Calibeta Hedaxanthic, which was the 11 egger, and then the other one was Calibeta Normal. And also had a couple other males in there, but it's either going to be a Calibeta Normal or OD Enchita Normal. Those were the only 2 males that really did anything. Kind of get a peek in there at the eggs. We're trying a different method this year. Usually we mix up the perlite and just kind of halfway bury the eggs in the perlite, but this year we started using the light diffuser. So we're giving it a go and seeing how it works, and if we like that better. We're always open to trying new things, and you know, I always like to say in this hobby, you never quit learning. And the day that you think you know everything is the day you need to get out. So always open to try new things, and if there's a better way to do things, it's definitely worth a shot. Oh, Matt just reminded me we also have a pastel leopard pied hypo. Totally forgot about this little dude. How cute is he? I'm trying to get a little bit more size on him so we can pair him to a couple girls. We've got a cinnamon double het hypopide and a double het hypopide that we're trying to breed this year, and then we have some other girls that we're raising up for that project. So he's going to be a pretty valuable male for us in the coming years. Let's see, what else is pretty cool over here? I'll show you guys this cinnamon possible het clown that I think is amazing, just because I've never seen one like her before. She doesn't look like your typical cinnamon. She looks almost hypo, but she's not. At least I don't think she is. The parents weren't. And she doesn't look anything like our cinnamon hypos. We find out gender on the babies. We palpate them, which means that we feel the tail for the hemipenes. So whenever you run your finger down the base of the tail, the underside, you'll feel the pops from the hemipenes. Once they get a little bit older, we probe them. I'm not really too, I guess, comfortable with popping them. I don't want to hurt them, and it seems like it sometimes takes more pressure once they get bigger, and I don't like putting the snakes at risk. So we either palpate or probe most of the time. There's very few that we pop. Oh, the nicest snake we own. I forgot to show you guys that puzzle. That was the one I missed. So this is the cinnamon possible het clown. Pretty sure she'll prove for het clown, but I'm curious to see what else she might have going on in there, because she is very, very different. Okay, so the Super Pastel Puzzle is probably the most expensive and the nicest snake that we have at this time. So he is our pride and joy. We're very, very excited to have him on board. He's a gorgeous boy. And he just locked her up yesterday. She's an inchy lesser possible yellow belly. And I've posted her on the forums and had a lot of people say that they think she's yellow belly. I'll give you kind of a closer look at her. She's very, very bright. So I guess we'll find out this year if she lays eggs, whether she carries yellow belly or not. Isn't he adorable? Nope, sorry about that. I wish I could give him to you for free, but I can't. But we'll have some of his offspring for sale, and I'll make you a good price. How about that? Alright, so Matt mentioned the pastel inchy asphalt. This is another cool male that we have breeding this year. He just yesterday locked her up. So this is a pastel inchy asphalt bred to a pied, and she's getting pretty close to ovulating. Her follicles are right at quarter size right now. Eric, which male? The one that we're looking at right now or the last one? Yeah, these are freedom breeders. The last rack over there is an ARS, but everything else is freedom breeders. Oh, the previous male was a Super Pastel Puzzle. And this guy is the pastel inchy asphalt. All right, Sean, have a good night. See you later. Have a good day at work tomorrow. How do you know if snakes are finished making babies? Well, once the female ovulates, they're finished. So until that point, we pair about, we pair about once a month or so. We want to have at least one lock a month for each female, just so she has fresh product to work with. So that way they have a good clutch, don't have any slugs. So we are kind of changing our methods as we go. But once those females ovulate, there's no sense in continuing to pair. Yeah, the Freedom Breeder tubs are great. I really like the ones with the built-in cup holders. That makes life a lot easier because they can't move them around. They can't spill their water. And with the cocoa, even if they do spill, it soaks it right up. This stuff is really absorbent, both for liquids and odors. We've had a lot of success with it, so I think we're going to keep using it. Not really any plans to breed geckos or any other type of lizards. We're more snake people. Adam, definitely, you have to try this stuff. And I don't care if you try Pro Coco or Reptichip, whatever product you have access to. I love it. I mean, this is the best stuff that we have used. We typically keep females with the same male, but there are exceptions. Whenever we're trying to get, like this year, for example, we have several younger males that we're putting in the rotation that are getting up to size to breed. And sometimes the younger males don't really know what to do with themselves early on, so sometimes we'll put them with a more experienced female that has laid before, and that kind of gets them going, especially if that female has already started building follicles. It'll often kick those males into gear. So there's some females that will have paired to a couple different males, and then there's other females, like especially our recessive projects, that will only pair to one male. It really depends on the genetics that we're working with. Because, of course, with recessives, I mean, it's really important to maintain really good records and know what you're putting with those females and know what those females have been put with before. So you know that whenever you make hets, that you can guarantee those hets. So we take all that into account. We keep really detailed records of everything that we put with the females. Like, I'll show you one of their tags. Like, say, for example, this one. This is Albino F1. And we know that this year, these stickers that are on here are the males that she's been paired with. So each male has a color-coded sticker that's very individual to the male. Each male has his own sticker. So this female has been with two different males. One was a pied head albino, which corresponds with this first sticker right here. And the second sticker is albino pied. So we know by looking at her tag that she's been paired with these two males and nothing else. And then last year she was paired with that male, which was a pied head albino. So that's kind of at a glance. We also keep detailed records on the computer via Reptile scan, and then we also keep spreadsheets detailing when everything is locked, how long they were paired, like the dates they were paired, what different males they were paired with. So it helps to have it at a glance, but then you have even more detailed records on the computer, and that's really important when you have something on this scale and you're working with mainly recessives like we are. So records, that's the most important part as a breeder. I can't emphasize that enough. So all the little colored stickers that you see on these tags, those are for males. The tags on the right are always going to be the males, and then the tags on the left are the females. And if they're off food, we use a little clip to show that they're off food. During breeding season, it's normal for females to go off of food. They may not eat every single week. They may skip a week here and there. So, I mean, if they skip a week, that's one thing. If they're off for a couple weeks, then we go ahead and mark it, because that's when we know that they're getting really close to either ovulating or they're building follicles up to a certain size and they've decided to shut off food. So it's kind of a heads up to, hey, keep an eye on this female because she's getting close. So that's the reason that we track that. Yeah, we love recessive morphs too. If you've looked at our pictures on the Facebook page, most of the stuff that we post is recessive. Hi, Amanda. How many tubs are in each rack and how many in that row? Well, each rack has about 30 tubs. This first rack has 30. This one has actually 32 because the top 2 rows are 4 across instead of 3 across. They're slightly smaller tubs. They're the FB 40 tubs instead of the 70s. And then this rack has 33 because it's got an extra level. So each rack is a little bit different. That rack also has 33 because it's 11 levels instead of 10. Thanks, Kirsten. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. And then these racks are either 11 high or 12 high. Let me show you another cool girl here. This is a highway. This is a gravel yellow belly. This morph in itself, she's not showing up like her true colors that well, but you guys get the idea. She's a lot brighter in person. Isn't she cute? Axanthic het hypo and a hypo Mojave spider het axanthic. Hey, that sounds really cool. That sounds like a really good project. Thank you, I try. It's been a long day, but I appreciate the compliment. There's a GHI Mojave. Kind of a darker morph, but she's pretty cool. She's got a real bright stripe on her. A highway is a gravel bred to a yellow belly. Then we're also trying to make freeways this year, which is an asphalt bred to a yellow belly. So we're pairing the pastel inchy asphalt to several yellow belly combos, such as a spider yellow belly, a pastel yellow belly, possibly one of our larger yellow bellies as well. These guys are so fun to raise. Ball pythons are the greatest. I know some people are down on ball pythons just because it seems like everybody has them, but there's always something for everybody, and that's what makes them so great. And they're all so different, even within the same morph and the same combo. There's so much variation, so it definitely keeps things exciting. Like I said, it's been a long day. Here's an Odie Mojave. It's another one of my favorites. You could breed a gravel to an ivory and get highways, yes. As long as you have that gravel to yellow belly, you'll make highways. Like I said, we're working on freeways this year. We're not doing any highway stuff just yet until that female gets up to size, but we'll be breeding that pastel inchy asphalt to several yellow belly combos, and one of those will be an ivory also. Let's see what else is cool. Oh, I didn't even think about these guys. Here's an example of what a lock looks like. This is a pastel desert ghost to a really large het desert ghost female. Rated R. Sorry guys. Cover your eyes if you weren't ready. so cute when they cuddle, though. He's been doing pretty well for us this year. He was one that we were very excited to pick up because he replaced our desert ghost, and he's been absolutely amazing. Let's see. None of our females have ever had a prolapse, so I'm not really sure how to treat that. I've never encountered that, but I would recommend taking them to a vet ASAP, keeping them on moist paper towels until you can get them to a vet, because that is a pretty serious condition and usually requires medical intervention of some sort. So sorry, I don't really have more advice on that, but I like to speak from experience, not speculation. Alright guys, well I guess that's it for tonight. If you have any other questions or comments, just feel free to post, and I will be online for a little bit longer. I'll get to your comments as quickly as I can and try to get everything answered. I appreciate everybody tuning in and listening to me ramble for however long it's been. But just keep an eye on our page for upcoming videos. We'll try to have another one soon. Good night, guys.